Welcome to the On the Stick After Dark
That's right. Merry
Christmas
Stickmas
whatever. Yeah, Stickmas
2016.
Sticktacular.
Yep. This is the last installment, the final installment of Stickmas 2016.
No more payments. You're finally credit and debt free.
That's right.
So yeah, we missed one before Christmas because I was sick. So we're gonna do a little catching up.
Which is fine. It's still like you get your presents on Christmas, right? And then like
Yeah, you check them out afterward.
check them out afterward.
So I sent Joe a copy of my Game of the Year from 2013, which was Kentucky Route Zero, which had only 2 acts available at the time. Now in 2017, there are 4 of the 5 acts available. So really schedule for this has been a little spotty.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an indie game.
Yep.
So
It's being made by a very small team of like 3 people, so it's not an unreasonable thing. This is not like the same like size workforce that a company like Telltale has or whatever. They're able to get most of their
Right.
stuff done pretty quickly, and it also like the amount of artwork that is going into each individual scene in this game is pretty incredible. So
this is a gorgeous game. Like when I talk about like how games can be gorgeous without being like expensive, like this is the game I'm talking about. I didn't always know that this was the game I was talking about, but now that I've played it, I know this is the game I'm talking about. It like just like if you have a good art style and it's something that doesn't look like, you know, a ton of other games, then you've got it, right? And that's like just this, like even just this gas station that you're at right now, which is where sort of the whole motion of the thing is set in, or the whole
Act 1, Scene
action
1.
is set in
Yeah.
motion. You know, it's just like it's a really great.
The chat
looking
said we
game.
want to know if Kentucky Route Zero Genesis or Genesis T.
Thank you, chat. We really
That
appreciate
was-
that.
Yep, really appreciate that. I don't think that was actually the chat. I think that was
Our old pal Morbid Coffee.
our old
If
pal.
I had
Morbid
to guess.
Coffee. If I had to guess,
Hi, Coffee. This game
Um,
Genesis is pretty fucking spectacular, although it has
yeah, it
very
really
little
is. So
to do
it's-
with the Genesis.
it's gonna be 5 episodes when all's said and done, right?
Yes, yeah, 5 acts.
So I
hopefully
played-
the next one will be out this year, but
Yeah, I played the first 2. Which of the 3? There's 3 currently available, right?
4. The 4th one
There are
came
4.
out
We're-
summer of 2016.
Anthony
Okay.
Croger said it was actually me guys hi.
Okay, Anthony, you're either gonna have to get in the chat and come talk to us, or also it's probably Coffee using Anthony's name, but I can't look right
I'm
now
gonna
because I'm
guess.
playing Kentucky
Well,
Route
the
Zero.
avatar matches Coffee's avatar, so I'm gonna say that it's definitely Coffee.
Also, I don't think Anthony's back from California yet.
No, he's not. Anthony's not back yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this game, it's like it's like an adventure game, but I don't know. It's like closer to like a visual novel. That's a term that I kind of hate. Like it's usually applied to stuff like Snatcher or 999 or basically
Right.
like any Japanese adventure game.
I was gonna say,
like,
yeah,
that-
it applies more to like Japanese games because when I hear the term visual novel, it's mostly you're just absorbing a story. There's not really much interaction to be had. You're just going
Right.
from ones, and that is kind of true of this game. And it's not. And when you say adventure game, that tends to imply like inventory management and solving
Right.
puzzles, by combining items and using them on the environment. And there's none of that in this game. It is all story and all atmosphere and all, like looking at the art and absorbing the mood and using the text to sort of set that stuff up. But as you can see
Right.
here, like I'm talking to this old man who's sitting in between the gas pumps of this kind of I think it's on its way out, this old gas station, And so it offers up your first dialogue choice of the game. And this is how a lot of the story sort of plays out. Like you're sort of given these opportunities sort of to sculpt the characters in ways that sort of please you, but they're not like, it's not like Walking Dead style dichotomies where you're making a choice and then like somebody is living or dying. It just sort of affects the, it's like filling out a character sheet in Dungeons and Dragons or something.
Right. But never actually playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. So this old Conway is asking him to be about the dog, and so I can tell him his name is Homer, I can tell him her name is Blue, or I can say it's just some dog, I don't know his name. And this sort of establishes like who the dog is, and like the game will remember this. Like later on, you meet other characters, and if you pick the Homer or Blue or whatever, it will Conway will tell the other characters that's the dog's name and stuff like that.
That's the dog's name. I had the dog name was Homer.
Her name is Blue in my game. I'm gonna say just some dog. I don't know his name because I don't know what happens when you do that. Sure, we get a couple of cats that lurk around. Well, I bet he's a nice dog anyway. Well behaved, or he'd be after my dinner.
So the thing that I like about this game, as you said, it's very atmospheric and it's very it has this sort of dreamlike quality to it that, and I think that term can kind of gets thrown around, especially when talking about games and film, when it's not really narrative. Like people will be like, oh, it's like dreamlike, and that usually means like it's got like a gauzy filter over it, or it means like this game has a dreamlike quality to it in that there are bizarre non sequiturs like what I really like about the original Nightmare on Elm Street that the sequels to that movie lack is that the dreams actually feel like dreams. Like weird non sequitur things happen, and the person having the dream acts as if they're normal because that's what happens in dreams.
Right.
And this game is sort of the same way. Like really weird shit happens in this game. Yeah, impossible things, and nobody, like Conrad or Conway, never acts like it's weird.
Right.
For the
and
most part.
Neither do any of his companions.
Right. Like there's a sort of infamous moment that we talked about when we first talked about this game when we were still doing a podcast before we were doing a live stream, and that's the third floor bears moment, which is
it's famous in my mind.
Right. And so, well, I think if you're familiar with this game, it's probably one of the more infamous moments because you go into this office building, and like you go into the elevator, and the elevator has like a placard on the. And it tells you like first floor office. It's like lobby, first floor offices, second floor, filing, right?
Yeah.
Third floor bears. And when you go up to the third floor, it's literally just full of bears.
It's true. That's what's on the third floor. It's just a bunch of bears hanging out.
They just hang out. And if you get off the elevator and walk around, you can walk around and look at them and get close to them. And you can't talk to them because they're bears, but they're there. They're just hanging out. And nobody acts like that's weird or anything to be confused or scared about, or just like nobody asks like how did the bears get on the third floor.
Yeah.
It's just like that's where the bears are. And like similarly there's a sequence pretty early on here where you're about to go in the basement.
I'm going into the basement. But like these transitions are incredible, right? So like he gives you the lantern and it lights up and you can see the inside of the gas station, and then you go down the stairs, and then everything on the surface level fades to a silhouette, as you can still see the truck and the dog and the gas pumps and the nostrils of the horse's head, but all that sort of fades out, and then you're in the bowels of this gas station with just this lantern, and more weird stuff starts to happen.
Right. And so you do some stuff as you're kind of do, and those people at the table that you can kind of see over on the right, they're there and they're hanging out and they're playing cards in the dark. And, like Eric's going to go over and talk to him in a minute. And when
the
you
basement people,
like you talk to them and they say something to you, and then the lights go out, and when the lights come back on, they're just gone. And there's like a die sitting on the table, and I think you can either take the die and put it in your pocket, or you can leave it there.
I wonder if that
I don't know what consequence that has?
Yeah,
if
I
any?
haven't. That has not come back up for me anywhere, but maybe it does. I don't know.
Yeah, so you can talk to them. They're nice. They help you find the breaker box.
Well, they pretend like they
And
don't know that you're there. Like they're just
do
talking to
they?
each other.
That's right. They just talk to each other, and you have to walk around them. But they're not like spooky ghosts or anything. They're just like, I mean, they're presumably they're ghosts or something, but like you don't. And that's the thing that I like about it is that there's not like it's got this. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back to movies for a second. I watched a really terrible movie this weekend called The Neon Demon, which is ostensibly a horror movie from the guy who directed Drive, Nicholas Winding Refn. And it's a total piece of shit. And
it seems like his movie career has been like slowly working backward from the pinnacle, even though Drive was one of the first things that he did.
Yeah,
just kind of shame.
Yeah, Drive is
Drive is great.
Drive is a
and
fantastic
then
movie.
The next thing he did was pretty good.
Only God Forgives.
Yeah, I can't remember the title. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember the title, but that had some of the stuff that I liked about Drive, but was also kind of brutal and also kind of boring a little bit. And then it's kind of
the Neon Demon is
the new one sucks.
It's incredibly boring, and then it goes in for like shock value for the sake of shock value, and like a really not very good way. But the point is, it's sort of like trying to be like it has sort of David Lynch's fingerprints all over it, but it's like a second-rate, shitty David Lynch, you know, and it just doesn't. And part of what I love about David Lynch's films, or the ones that I love, because I don't universally love David Lynch, but the David Lynch movies that I really like almost always have this awkward humor to them.
Right.
And that's sort of similar to what you see in this game. There's a weirdness, but there's also these moments that are punctuated by these really hilarious bits. You know, like the third floor bears thing. Like I laughed out, even though I knew it was coming because we talked about it years ago when you were playing this game initially.
Was my main argument for making
loud.
it my game of the year in 2013.
It was third floor bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I still laughed out loud at that because there's this levity to this game that that Lynch films have. Like Mulholland Drive is a movie that I like quite a bit, and there's like a lot of levity in that. And like Twin Peaks has a ton of awkward, sort of funny moments. And that kind of thing. And so this game really has that. It's atmospheric, it's dreamlike, it's stylish, and then it has these wonderful humorous moments that I like as well. And it also doesn't I'm just gonna keep comparing my reaction to this to my reaction to other pieces of media. I watched Westworld.
Well, it's hard, right? Because what this is doing in terms of its tone, its atmosphere, and the way that you play it, and the way that you kind of construct the story it's pretty unique in video games. Like there aren't a lot of touchstones in video games to compare Kentucky Route Zero to.
Right.
It definitely feels more like a film or like a weird
like a comic almost.
a comic or a novel that's written in a non-standard format.
Yeah. So I watched Westworld, the show Westworld, not the film Westworld. Although I've watched that too. If you want to listen to Eric and I talk at great length about that, you can do that. There's no episode of the Action Cast, but the show Westworld I enjoyed, but I like it as this puzzle box, like it was something to be solved style of filmmaking, and I also don't love that approach as an audience member. Like I just sort of like to see where the story takes me, rather
this is
than
a really
trying
great
to
moment
figure out
where I'm trying to access the computer. If you type your own name, the computer says user Conway is not real, which is another like. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you. You can keep going.
No. So, you know, when I just don't like that approach of like this story is a thing to be solved, and so I'm trying to figure out where this is all going before it goes there. Like I prefer to just sort of let the story take me where it's going to go.
Right.
And
I'm the same way. That's why spoilers don't affect me.
Right. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I think people make way too big of a deal about spoilers. There's a lot of times where I sort of do like to go in fresh if I can, but I definitely don't
You don't
freak
sweat
out
it.
about spoilers the
Yeah.
way a lot of people do. So that's what I like. Like this game doesn't. There's so much weird shit happening in this game that it defies being like if you approach things that way, I think you'd go nuts playing this game. Because you'd be trying to solve things that I think are not meant to be solved, right? Like there's a landmark at one point. You're told that to get to a certain place. Oh, it's right by that tree that's always on fire.
Oh
What?
shit! Just I'm reading this email and on Joseph's thing, and it's referencing stuff that happens in the third act of this game.
Oh, nice.
Like in a very specific way that connects things together. Because I haven't replayed this first episode since I finished the third episode. Anyway.
Nice.
So they definitely. So the weird thing with this game, aside from everything, is that
Right.
so like you've only played the first 2 chapters, and it definitely feels like not connected through the first 2 the first 2 acts of the game. Like it's just you're kind of walking around doing stuff, sort of getting a feel for what the atmosphere of the world of Kentucky Route Zero is all about. But when you get into the third act, especially towards the end of it, it starts to like come together as like maybe a more like cohesive narrative in a way that is kind of like in the same way that David Lynch films operate. Like it's not until you get to the end or until you've had some time to digest it that you can kind of make make something whole of all the different individual pieces, and it's like that's another kind of exciting thing about this game for me.
Yeah, I mean there are bits of narrative stuff that you find out about the mines and who was in the mines and their relationship to characters that are with you and that you've met and all that stuff. But yeah, there's no real. It's just sort of like you're trying to find the whole story. As far as I've gotten is you have this piece of furniture, and I don't even remember what it is.
I don't think they ever actually say it. He just mentions it's his final delivery because the antique shop that Conway works for is shutting down.
All right, so you've got to
make the final delivery to 5 Dogwood Drive.
Right. But he doesn't know where he doesn't know where Dogwood Drive is.
Right. It doesn't really exist on any maps or anything, so that's why you've stopped at that gas station.
Right. And so Joseph at the gas station here tells you that it's off of Route 0.
Right.
But Conway also doesn't know where Route 0 is, so he has to try to. But Joseph doesn't remember how to get there either exactly. So that's what's happening now. You have to find someone who can tell you how to get
Did you explore the map at all when you were playing it, or did you just
a little bit? Yeah.
Because there are events sort of in some places. Like here, I've bumped into a guitar player. A young man in a gray-stained clothes sits by the side of the road. He is playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right a weathered dog. Let's pet the dog. The dog closes its eyes and pretends to be asleep. The young man strums absently on the guitar, hums it tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Let's put $1 in the cup. Pulls $1 bill out of his whiskey and hands it back to Conway. And then that's the end of the event. There's also like a museum and some other stuff that you can...
the museum you have to go to, right? I mean, at least that's how I advanced the story at the end of the second act.
There's a different museum that you can encounter in the first that is just a little text adventure kind of thing that like that was.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, but you passed the burning tree a couple minutes ago, and that was what I was sort of saying about like there's things in this game that defy trying to explain.
You can't go to like all these roads. Like this map actually is just the map of Kentucky, especially where Route 65 runs through the sort of the middle part of the state. I don't know if it's identical, but like Route 65 and some of these other places are real. What was the instructions? I can't remember.
But probably the tree that's always on fire is not.
Turn
is
left.
not
So you see
actually
that
there.
ugly tree that's always on fire. Okay, I want to go this way.
Right, so that's the thing. Like,
This is my favorite. This is
the tree that's always on fire defies any explanation, right?
right, and they don't
Like,
they don't act like it's weird. It's just part of the instructions. But I mean,
right.
that's like that's tied into like the mystery of the zero and how you get there. And you should play the third act because it sort of starts to like present some connective tissue between all this stuff.
Yeah, I definitely plan to. Now that I'm home and the holidays are over and everything, I plan to go back to it and play. Especially since I played, all of Act 1 in one sitting and all of Act 2 in one sitting. Like, they're very bite-sized. They're about an hour,
Yeah,
or
the
less even.
third one can be a little bit longer. But I love this build when you go to the Marquez farmhouse. So like it starts out, the camera starts out pulled way back, and there's trees in the foreground, and then it slowly sort of zooms in the closer you get to the house, and then the house sort of fades in, and it's just a really striking, all these like flat shaded polygons, and
Yeah, and there's a cemetery in front of the Marquette that they say isn't. They didn't put it there. Nobody they know is buried there, but there's a cemetery in front of their house for some reason. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's the thing about it is that, like, it's hard to talk about. Like, if you haven't played it, I feel like it's hard to.
It's kind of all meaningless until you play it.
Right, like you sort of. It's one of those things. Describe it, you have to play it. And again, it's not very expensive.
It's like $25 normally, but you can get it on sale for like half off during all the Steam sales and stuff.
Yeah, right.
I think it's been a part of a Humble bundle or two at this point as well. So
yeah.
But like there are themes, like especially in the second act. When you visit the museum, and it's all like it's like this whole like small town where like lower middle class people used to exist has sort of blinked out of existence, and now like the museum is just this old way of life in a way that mirrors like the way there are a lot of like living museums to like how life was in America in like the 1800s. You know what I mean? Like you can go and see like what like a blacksmith or a silversmith would do, and this game has created in modern times like pulled what would have been like a middle class or lower middle class town, and put it into a museum in modern times in a way that made me very uncomfortable, because I am from one of those towns, like a town that had, like, we used to have a canning factory, and we used to have like a couple of car dealerships, and there was a gypsum mine, and now most of those things are gone, and the canning factory is mostly automated, and like the town is kind of it's still a fine little town. We still have some stuff, but it's just like a shadow of what it used to be. And there's a lot of little towns in Western New York that are like that, because like a lot of some of the bigger towns were built like when the Erie Canal was built, and a lot of those are kind of the same way. Like they're just like they boomed 150 years ago, and now like they don't serve the same purpose anymore. And like it's a really beautiful idea, I think, in a kind of a commentary on sort of, or at least leveraging the idea of like the sort of drying up of the middle class in America, to sort of put a modern version of that in a museum. And it's not something that they really delve into or talk about necessarily. It's just a thing that exists, but it's a really like beautiful kind of tragic image. And like Joe said, it's like something that would come out of a dream kind of a thing. So there's just a lot of cool stuff in this game. Oh man, there's a really amazing song sequence in the third act that I think you'll really like as well, where you kind of get to build the lyrics as the song plays, but it's all voiced. It's really another really cool moment. But once this game is done, I fully intend to get together with you and Kurt and Alexis and anybody else that's playing it, and we'll have a proper conversation about what the hell is going on and how it all sort of connects. But I'm glad you finally played the first 2 chapters, the first 2 acts.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I liked it a lot. I mean, again, it sort of defies conversation if you haven't played it, so I recommend
set up the TV
people
for
play it.
And the music is really great. It's just all these really sort of ambient pieces that mostly synthesizers and stuff. But like this build with this, you put the TV down and the outside of the house disappears and you can see the barn in the background, and there are the set pieces never really stop being amazing. So even if you're just into the style and don't necessarily care about the substance of the story, like it's still worth it just to poke around and see, just to look at the art in the game. I think is a worthwhile reason to check it out.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
it's really
I'm losing Joe.
Because like
we got Robot Joe. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Thing that I can say the most impactful in today's landscape is being temperamental, apparently. Okay. I was just saying that the uniqueness of the thing is what really, to me, makes it the most worth talking about, right? Like, in some ways, unique is better than good, especially in today's current sort of gaming landscape. There are a lot of games that are good. There are not a ton that are especially unique, unless you're looking
and you know what?
Spaces.
This one is also really good.
It is. It's both.
The writing is all... the moment-to-moment writing is all really good. The dialogue and stuff, and the way that they sort of write around your dialogue choices is really good.
Mm-hmm. Have these guys done anything else, or did they work at a bigger developer and this is like a personal project, or like what?
No, I think this is just a team that I want to say this was like a Kickstarter thing too.
I think it was a Kickstarter thing, yeah.
Yeah. And then they put the first act on Steam, and it sold well enough for them to continue the project, which I'm really glad. I still, like I said, the fourth act came out this summer, and just a couple weeks ago, I played through the first 3 acts again, so that way I could kind of refresh my memory going into the fourth act, but I haven't actually gotten around to that yet.
So apparently it's two guys, and someone composed the music.
Okay.
So
well, there's a band called the
Tomas.
Bed Quilt Ramblers, which did a song for the little banjo song that plays during that really amazing scene in the second sequence. You know, right at the end where the eagle and everything is in the background, and the backgrounds are like separated, like on horizontal lines. You know what I'm talking about? Man, there's so many beautiful things in this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'll stop streaming this now, and I don't know if Mike's around. He was going to join us to talk about the game that you gave to me, which was
he is
Super Mario World
3D World.
3D World, Mario 3D World. Nintendo is fucking shit at naming their video games, which is a real shame.
They are fucking garbage at naming their video games. And speak of the devil.
All right, so I'm going to turn this off, and I think, are we going to take a look at that Overwatch map maybe while we talk about Mario?
Sure.
How does that sound?
We can,
But
It sounds
this is a good
fantastic.
place to leave.
Wait,
off
isn't
for
it just?
this.
I thought it was just on the.
Nope, it's in the proper game now. It's been in the
It is the
BTR
proper- wow,
for
that-
months, or for like over a month.
Oh, it had. Okay.
Ah, fuck, this game is so pretty. I love Kentucky Route Zero. It would have been my game of the year in 2015 as well, just based on the strength of the third act. So, all right, I'm gonna turn this off.
Yeah, turn the stream off or just turn the game off?
I'm just gonna turn the game off. I should be able to transition to Overwatch pretty easily.
Should. So, yeah, Mike, you played Super Mario 3D World, right?
Only a little. I played it with a bunch of you guys at Anthony's house one time.
Oh, that's right.
We did like maybe an hour, 4-player.
Which, with the people we were playing with, just turned into like griefing each other. It's like I don't think we even got very far because
It wasn't too bad actually, from what I recall. I mean, it gets naturally chaotic when you're 4 players, but I don't remember being particularly dickish or getting particularly dicked.
I don't remember, but I have a feeling Anthony went full on Monaco mode and just tried to fuck with us. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
Super
know.
Mario 3D World, which is
How do you like that game?
the game that Joe sent to me. That game's pretty fucking good. It's a lot like Super Mario 3D Land, which I believe was
It is.
the 3DS sort of 3D Mario game that came out. Which I have to say, 3D takes place in a 3D space because there's all the new Super Mario Brothers games, which are all 2D and kind of lackluster in my opinion. I don't like any of
They're
those
only
games very much.
2.5D.
No, they aren't. They're just 2D. There's no half D. They're just made out of polygons instead of sprites.
well, that's what makes it half D. They
I know.
tell me.
I've already said my piece. I hate that term is bullshit garbage. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, I.
It's just a lot shorter than saying a 3D game that plays on a 2D plane.
It's just a platformer. You don't even have to qualify it as anything. Like,
But then how do you differentiate between that and
I don't know why you
Super
have
Mario
to.
3D
It's
World?
like the difference. Like if a platformer is made out of sprites or made out of like cartoony flash graphics, you wouldn't need to qualify them as a separate subgenre, right?
No, but having the extra dimension of depth is pretty important to platformers. So you need to distinguish between the way
Not
they
if you
play.
can't.
anyway.
If you can't move on the third axis, then it has no effect on the gameplay whatsoever. Most of those games. That's why I don't like the term 2.5D because they don't affect the gameplay whatsoever. Like New Super Mario Brothers, you just run right to left like you do in Super Mario Brothers. There's
Well-
no gameplay difference. Like there are games like Fez, or there's other games like old brawlers and stuff where you kind of moved on a Z-axis.
I think Mutant
and more
Mud
than-
does that too.
Yeah, but like the new Super Mario Brother games and like the new Rocket Knight and most of the like Bionic Commando Rearmed and all that stuff does not take place on
Right.
anything other
well,
than just a 2D plane.
This is a silly discussion. Let's
this
move on
is,
to the real.
it's too late. Like I've already lost that war, but it's still a dumb name. It's just like subgenres in metal. Most of them don't make any sense, but
It's dumb but
there's nothing
useful.
about it.
It's just shorthand.
Yeah. Anyway, so Super Mario Brothers 3D World, not like the game, the Nintendo 3DS Mario Brothers game, where everything was kind of like was like little diorama Mario levels. Like they're not fully 3D
Yeah.
worlds like Super Mario 64 or Super Mario Galaxy. But it's just like these little chunks that you could play through, and I think that like I thought the 3DS one was really good, but I thought that the level design was kind of not so great in a lot of places. Like I thought a lot of the levels in that game were just super boring. And I think
I
that
think the level design is much better in World.
yeah, Super Mario World is like the best possible version of that style of Mario game in my opinion. It's really fucking good.
Right, and I don't know that I'd even really thought about that. Not that you mentioned it, but like, yeah, you like generally for 3D Super Mario games, it's been like you get a map and there's a bunch of shit to do in that one map. Like even for
Right.
Mario 64, it's like there's 7 stars or whatever on every map, and so
Right.
that's like 7 different things to do. And this one, it's like just get to the end.
These are courses.
Right, they're
Yeah,
courses
right.
like traditional Mario levels, except they're just not as big as like a Mario Galaxy level is or whatever. They're
Do they have
much
like
more
secret
bite-sized.
exits and things?
Not. I don't think so. I don't think there's any secret exits. There's just a flagpole at the end. There's
There's
like 3
there's
stars
this,
and
yeah,
some special
right.
stamps that you can collect. There's like there's reasons to go back to the levels or reasons to explore, try to like fully explore the levels, but there aren't any like Super Mario World style secret exits or anything as far as I know.
Is it one of those Mario games where you have to get the fancy coins to unlock stages later on?
So
Yes.
kind
I
of.
fucking hate that, man.
Kind
You
of.
need a certain number of stars to get to the secret level that's like some post-game stuff, but there's only 9 levels, I think, that are truly new, and then most of the rest of the levels are all
They're
like harder remixes
harder
of
versions
previous
of-
levels.
Like the prankster comet stuff in Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
We should probably leave this match so Joe can play with us.
Yeah,
is
sorry, I
Joe
was waiting
on?
for the update.
Oh, okay.
I'm on now. I was waiting for the update. Sorry.
That's okay. I was just gonna play until you hopped on, but now that you're on, we'll get you in.
So that was my big issue with 3D Land, was that the whole back half of that game was just peppered with Cosmic Mario levels over and over again, where
Yeah.
they just take the level you've already played and they just throw in a guy chasing you and call it a day,
Yeah.
or maybe put you on a time limit that's hard and you have to pick up clocks and things. And
Yeah.
they got really tiresome after half of those levels were like that.
Yeah, this game, I think that most of there is enough content up front in this game to make it worth your while regardless. And the harder levels on the back half, there's a couple of them where it's just the shorter time limit thing, but for the most part, they are just harder versions of the levels. Like they introduce more obstacles, or they make the jumps harder. You don't have the same power-ups at the start of the level, and they change the locations of the 3 stars to make them more difficult to find, more difficult to obtain.
Yeah, I'm a little less keen on that kind of ramping up of difficulty.
It's fine. But like I said, you can just play to the end of the game, and it's still like fucking great. Like you only need to do the rest of that stuff if you're hankering for some more, which I was when I got to the end, because I thought that most of the levels were pretty easy. I feel like in some cases the harder versions are kind of the ideal versions of those levels. But the thing that really pushed the game over the top for me, was the addition of the cat suit, which I didn't think I would like very much, but I think I'm not going to say I think it is the best Mario power-up since the cape. Like, period, full stop. It is an incredible new addition. It really changes the way that you look at the levels in a way that I don't think any of the other new power-ups have really done. And it gives
I don't know.
you a new way
Karibo's
to-
ice skate was pretty fun for me.
I mean, it's fun, but it's not. It doesn't
No, it's
change
yeah.
the way you play the game the way that the cat suit
Right.
does.
It
Well,
doesn't, but I think the moment with Mario 3D World where I really was like, this game is that Nintendo is so into the idea of just like enjoying this and really letting go with like whatever like it's hard to explain, like almost just like not giving a fuck. Is there was a moment where I was playing as Luigi in a fox.
Oh, also
suit.
you can. This is Mario 2 style, and you can pick which character you start with, and they all have slight
Yep.
variations. And so there's like the princess can float a little bit, and Luigi can jump higher than Mario, and Mario's a little bit stabler and more easy to control. And then there's Toad, who I think is faster than the other characters, but can't jump quite as far.
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's it. But anyway, like that's another thing that the series has been missing since Super Mario 2.
Yeah, so I like that I have a warning for repeatedly leaving matches early, which like I did that like once, like because I was having a problem with the game, and now I'm getting a warning about that. So thanks for that.
I think
Blizzard.
that only happens in competitive mode, right? There shouldn't be
Yeah,
any
I would
warning
think
for
so.
quick
I
player
don't-
arcade mode. Anyway,
Dude, whatever.
so when
So-
you realize Nintendo stopped giving a fuck.
Right. So I was playing as Luigi in a fox outfit, riding in a giant ice skate with a box on my head that had a propeller on it,
Yep.
and I was just like, well.
Coffee said correction. Toad's difference from the rest of the cast is how awful of a character he is.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's point taken. Yeah, so that was sort of, but I agree. The cat suit actually is a power up that makes like a fundamental difference.
Yeah.
Like the ice flower in Galaxy 2
pretty
that
cool.
Galaxy 2 that had
I
the
think
ice?
it's
Like that's pretty
Galaxy
cool.
Yeah.
cool.
Galaxy 2
Yeah,
is the
that's
better
good.
of the Galaxy games, for sure.
I
They're both
think
really
of them as
good.
two
They're both
halves of a
really good.
whole.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Yeah, I
I'll
tend
buy
to
that.
agree with that assessment. And the spring suit like is fun, but like it's not. I totally get what you're saying. Like the cat suit actually changes the way the game is
Because
played.
you can climb up walls
The
and
spring
Right.
suit and the boulder suit from the Galaxy games aren't power-ups. They're just different ways to play levels.
right.
It's kind of like the equivalent of the equivalent of whatchamacallit. Sorry, I'm getting charged by Reinhardt here.
Yeah, same.
It's the equivalent of the ball from the first Mario Galaxy or the Stingray. It's not a power-up. It's just, this level's going to be like that now.
Right.
Whereas like the cat
Right,
suit or
right.
the cape or what have you, those are all just ways to make you more capable of dealing with the same kind of levels.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and they also like they give you like ways to explore the levels and access areas that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. And they're just more fun ways to explore. Anyway, yeah, I really like the cat suit. I really like this game. I don't know where it would rank necessarily in my whole like pantheon of Mario games. Like,
I am curious about that because, you know, there was a time when if there was a Mario game, at least in North America, it was an essential Mario game, right?
right.
I would say that goes all the way up to 64.
I still kind of feel that
so
way.
I really don't. I really have not felt that way since they started making the new Super Mario Brothers games.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I'm sorry. We're counting those.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
problem, right? Because those are
Well,
all
then are we
pretty
counting
mediocre.
Mario as missing and shit? Because like those weren't essential.
If there was a Mario platformer, then it was an essential Mario platformer. Was that?
Not just an essential Mario game, but an essential video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
and like
1
you know,
through
1,
3
2,
and
3,
World.
World ends, and I would say 64 also.
Yeah.
Were all kind of monumental games when they came out, and they were just top of the class and kind of essential playing. And then after that, I never played Sunshine, so I don't know what. I know people kind of bag on that a lot, but I'm not sure.
I really want to revisit
if it's
Sunshine,
deserved.
honestly, because I didn't like it at the time, and I feel like if I played it now, I might not hate it as much.
I like Sunshine, but I feel like I'm an outlier in that.
It's the only 3D Mario platformer that I straight up just like stopped playing before I finished it.
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is that since they started making a whole bunch of new Mario Brothers games and then the land and the world and the galaxies, you know, like it's been more hit and miss.
I
And
feel
so-
like Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Land, and World have all been like just some. I mean, well, and I'm not saying anything anybody who knows me doesn't already know, right? But that all those games were just fucking fantastic. I mean, top tier.
I agree about the galaxies, but I'm not convinced about the one I played on 3DS.
Yeah, the 3DS one isn't. I don't think that the 3DS one is on that same
It's
level.
very
Like,
good
I would say
for
this
a portable
game,
Mario game.
Yeah, I would say
Yes.
that this game is like somewhere it's in front of all the new Super Mario games and ahead of the 3DS
Oh,
one,
for
but
sure.
probably behind the Galaxy games and the classic Mario stuff. Like it's like in the middle someplace, but that means it's a super fucking good game because all those other games are so fucking great, you know? But yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit, so I don't know if there's a lot else to say about it. Like, we kind of know how Mario works at this
fun to
point
play.
in your life, right?
Right. I did think it was super fun to do the 4-player. I didn't play the 4-player a lot. Like I mostly played through it by myself, which is I suspect probably obvious. But the 4-player stuff that I did have a chance to play, like I really enjoyed. Also, it's kind of fun that at the end you unlock an extra character if you play through the whole thing.
Oh, right.
You unlock Rosalina, and she can attack no matter what, which brings like a Mario Galaxy, Mario 64 kind of feel into it.
Mhm.
You know, because like in this one, you have to have a power up to attack, which has not been the norm for a while, right? Like the Galaxy games, the like I said, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, you can attack no matter what. And this one sort of reels that in, and you have to have something to be able to attack.
Well,
Except for
what am I doing?
Rosalina, who can attack with the spin attack like Mario.
I'm not really playing this game at this moment. I'm just kind of fucking around because
Yeah, same. It's actually running well for me for the first time in a minute though. So I don't know if it was the latest update or like my computer's just sort of chilled out or like what the deal is. But
yeah. Also, we've been short a person for like this whole round.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I'm still trying to like understand how Sombra works. Like I get how she works, but like I just like there's like another layer to her that I haven't fully grokked yet, but I really like playing as her, so I'm still like trying to figure it out.
We're actually down to about 3 people at this point.
It's just us versus 6.
Nice. So yeah, so I don't know. I gave you that game because because I knew you had a Wii U that you weren't getting a ton of use out of.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have played it more than I thought that I would when I bought it. Like, I played, Kurt lent me his copy of Bayonetta 2, which was really good. And I picked up Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which I really have enjoyed that. I've played like 20-ish hours of it, which is probably like a third of that game, but I still think it's really good. I am enjoying that I'm enjoying it as much as I hoped it would, and more than I thought that I would. Since I don't really give a shit about J-pop or anything, but
right.
Look deep in your heart, Eric. You know that J-pop it's inside your soul.
Yeah, but I just remembered that was specifically just because I loved that game, and you had sort of said like you bought that Wii U and you thought it was worth it for Mario Maker.
Yeah.
But when you were like, I haven't played that, I was like, well, you got to play Mario 3D.
And I didn't mention Mario Maker in that group because I don't know how to rank that. It's not a proper Mario Make thing.
So my nephew, I want to tell a story about that. My nephew got Mario Maker for 3DS for Christmas because he doesn't have a Wii U, but he's got a 3DS. He got a 3DS for Christmas, and he got Mario Maker 3DS with it. And I gave him Super Mario 3D Land for Christmas to go with his new 3DS.
It's still a good game.
Yeah, and he's 5, so like he's still sort of figuring this out, right? So, but he's already figured out like how to just be a total dick with Mario Maker levels.
It's too bad he can't share them with anybody in that fucking
he can
3DS version of that game.
When his uncle is at the Christmas party at his house, he can share them with his uncle. So he just kept coming up to me and handing me his 3DS, and then like I would start one of his levels and just get like destroyed. Like I would get destroyed right away because he'd put like 5 Bowsers like 2 feet from the starting point, and then I would figure it out. And once I sorted out like how's the easy, like either to exploit my invincibility frames or like whatever, and I would get past it, and then like he'd be like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "Oh well, I just like whatever." And then he'd just go back and add like 17 piranha plants, and then be like, "Here, do it now."
But was he finishing these levels, or were they kind of under construction when he gave them to you?
They were. I mean, I think he felt like they were finished, and then when I beat them, he was like, "Well, clearly I haven't done enough." Like,
no, but was he able to get through the levels himself?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, to upload them, you have to beat them.
Right.
You can't upload them in
the
3DS version, so it doesn't fucking matter.
You can't upload them at all.
So bad.
Yeah, it's such a huge.
They did so many bad things to that port.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
It's too bad because even if that was just a tool by which you could play Super Mario Maker levels, it would be great. But it's not even
right. That's the thing that's weird is that you don't just have access to all like the stuff that's already on the server. Like that's I think the thing that really weirds me out.
But yeah, that's
Did
good.
Sombra's cooldown for her hack like get bumped up?
It may have. I don't pay much attention to Sombra because I don't play Sombra, so maybe.
Sure. I feel like her cooldown on her hack is like longer than it used to be, but I could be wrong.
I don't know anything about this map.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I've played it like 5 times, and Mike played it twice last night, and you and Joe have never played it, so. Just like take a look around, man. Like these maps are much. All 3 maps in this new map are quite a bit different from each other, and they all have like different characters have different strengths and weaknesses on them, which is why this is a really cool map in my opinion. But it also
Mike, you have the Yeti skin.
Yeah, I looked into it.
Nice.
And there's also
Actually,
there's like
yeah,
a bunch of different entrances to that point that we're not really taking advantage of. Like you can come from behind and from above, and it's like it's why I like this map so much, and why it like I think it's a huge differentiation from the previous control point maps.
So, I actually lucked into both of the skins that I really wanted from the holiday event, and even though I didn't play that much, like I was sort of amazed that I managed to do that. And one of them is for a character I don't even really use, but the skin was just so cool, I really wanted to have it, and I got it. So, actually felt like just in general, this most recent event was much better at like doling out stuff.
Well, that's because they gave you 6 free loot boxes over the course of the holiday event.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah,
that's where I got most of the rare stuff that I have.
Let's put the shield generator up and see if it helps us at all.
Is that ours?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. Like, I'm not really trying to win or even necessarily play on this map at this moment. I'm just kind of flipping around and looking around. I mean, I'm like trying to get kills and stuff, but
so yeah, I agree. I think it's sort of obnoxious that you have to come out from the stealth to use the hacking ability. Like, that seems like, since they both have such a long cooldown.
Yeah, they don't want her to be the spy.
Do both.
They don't want to ruin everybody's fun by having an invisible thing that completely ruins you.
Right.
I think.
Yeah,
I think that's why nobody really plays Sombra that much.
They just want you to not have fun when you play Sombra.
Yeah.
Right. Rather than ruining everybody else's good time, they just want to ruin your good time. But yeah, I guess my sort of final thought on Super Mario 3D World is like the Wii U was sort of an abject failure in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of things, and I think like Mario 3D World and Mario Maker for me to a lesser extent, just because like it was so hard to find good stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked about this and you sort of disagreed with me, but like it's just like unless you know somebody who's
you are not
levels,
getting
like
Nintendo quality levels most of the time.
Right, like Coffee's levels were all really good. I enjoyed those, and like sometimes people would tell me like, "Oh, you got to check out this video or this stage by this person because it's super good." But generally, if you just went and like tried to look at what was supposedly like rising to the top, it was like mostly like autoplay levels.
Yeah.
You know, or
music
like,
levels that played songs from old video games.
Right. And I'm just like I don't give a shit. Like I don't give a shit about this. And that was sort of what held, you know, that back for me. Like even doing the 100 Mario challenge or the 10 Mario challenge and stuff. That stuff was fun, but sometimes you would just get like a total clunker of a level mixed in there, and it's just like this isn't.
Yeah, that's why you can skip.
You know. Yeah, I know, but.
I mean, it's not a curated experience. It's not a fucking your daddy's Mario game, that's for sure. But that's kind of
It's a beautiful thing in its own right, even if it is not exactly, you know, it's not exactly an essential element in the canon.
Yeah. It is an amazing
but we haven't really
tool
answered
set,
the question, is where do you think that 3D World falls on that scale?
Like I said, somewhere below, like, the classic 4, and I think I might like it more than Mario 64 at this point.
Mario 64 was maybe a bit of a time and place game.
Yeah, I mean, it's still good, but I think I would rather play
not that long ago.
3D World than 64.
I replayed 64 not that long ago, and it was still good, but some of the level, like the swimming levels especially, are kind of bullshitty.
Yeah.
They're just like not like they were like figuring out how swimming worked in 3D was like a pretty major step. It seems like, you know what I mean? Like they were just like, how do we do this? How does water work in 3D? And that, but like once they, you know, like later Mario 3D games did a better job with that, I felt. So yeah, I mean I agree. I think
right now.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Probably. I think so.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to shut you down there.
No, you're fine.
That Genji's got his ult up.
Where is he?
He's like behind us.
Because I can try to lead hacks. Every time I hack him, I just think of that Mega 64 Deus Ex sketch where the guy's like in Best Buy in a trench coat hacking everything. I have my alt, by the way, so I can hack everybody. I can hack all of the things.
Hack the planet, Joe.
Is that? Are you asking me to hack the planet, or
killing
you...
my thing.
Hack the planet?
You're gonna die for that, Lucio.
Sorry, I got charged before I could hack the planet. Sorry, Mike.
I've been put to sleep by this Anna like 75 times this match.
Looks like you got her that time.
She must have it in for you because she hasn't gotten me.
Because you're a big fat target and you're easy to hit. That's why.
Yeah, Sombra's super hard to hit.
Don't call Mike fat.
Just because I'm a Yeti.
Winston, yeah, just because you're a big.
Some kind of Yeti racist?
Yeah, kind of. Fuck Yetis.
I think the best thing about the Yeti skin is that it's like it doesn't have to be seasonally appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks
Hack
good.
the planet.
Yes, it's just a good.
You
look
can
for
use the
Winston.
Yeti. You can use the Yeti skin like whenever.
And I am. I'm actually only playing
Like,
Winston because I have the Yeti skin.
I turned off the Tracer like elf skin because like that's gonna look weird in February. Like,
Or not.
like
You should fire it up again in like August or something.
just bust it out. Like Christmas in July Tracer. I always forget that I have the teleporter thing.
Yeah, you
That's
should
like
use that.
really useful. I should use that more. And I'm always like, oh right, I can do that.
I almost have my alt back up too.
Thanks, Carve. Did this give us the point for a while so that we could be competitive, or did we suddenly get good?
Well, I mean, like, I'm finally managed to get like in on them a little bit with Symmetra, which is a big change, a big help.
I did actually start getting a few kills with Winston,
Yeah.
which was not
Also,
true
you don't
for the
usually
most
play
of the first
Winston,
part.
so
Oh yeah, I'm terrible.
is that Mercy?
Oh, I got my angry monkey ready.
I feel like part of what I was doing wrong and what I'm doing better now is like staying close to you guys.
They're
so
just
people
all
don't
on top
focus
of the
killing-
point. Yeah. I guess that doesn't matter.
Like I
So
can
in the
have people a
PTR,
lot more
if you were
effectively
on-
when they're trying to shoot you.
Yes. Well, yeah, because you're squishy. You don't even have any armor,
Right.
I don't think, right? You just have 200 health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has slightly more health than Tracer, but like not much.
Yeah. I want to say in the PTR when I first tried this map out, like you could cap from on top of that building, and it looked like they were trying to do that, but I guess it doesn't work anymore. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's good.
You guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah, we could hear
Okay,
you.
We could always hear you.
I had push to talk on.
Okay. We appreciated your sick burn on Mario 3D or Nintendo
Toad.
3DS.
Yeah.
Spacer
Oh,
or
Mike's
whatever the fuck it's called.
As someone who did not buy a Wii U
Toad.
but may buy a Switch potentially,
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to the eventual port of Mario 3D World to the system that I may
Mario
one day
Maker.
own.
So I almost certainly will buy a Switch, but whether I buy one at launch or not is entirely dependent on like what games are actually available. Like I was talking to people at work about this today, and they're like, "Well, Zelda." I'm like, "Right, but I'm one of the 10 people who actually bought a Wii U, and so I can get Zelda if I
Also,
want
it
it."
won't be available at launch.
Have they already said that?
It's
Yeah.
summer.
It's summer. Okay.
It's gonna be a couple months behind. It probably won't be long, but anyway, don't buy consoles at launch. There's almost never a good reason to do that.
They're probably gonna release it like around E3, most likely. Like they'll probably do a big thing at E3 and it'll be like, oh, it's out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean that would be cool.
I think the only, well, rumored like big release at launch is apparently the Mario game they teased during the trailer is supposed to be out at launch. But
Oh,
that's
really?
sweet.
So that's enough that it would get me to buy it at launch because I don't know if I think I've made it really apparent during the course of this conversation, but I really like 3D Mario games.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, so if they're like, "Oh, Mario Switch is available at launch," like that's probably enough to get me on board.
I put a bunch of turrets down in that hole. So if you could, like somebody can push them in there, that'd be cool. Hey, Zenyatta, you're dead.
But I don't know, Joe. Like, is it really worth it to grab it at launch for one game when you don't know if they're gonna have crazy hardware issues or something?
Right, so that's always the question, right? Is like,
I almost have my ult up.
are we capturing the point down here?
Nope.
We are. We are. No, it
Are
said
we?
contesting point.
I think somebody else
Like
is
a
on the point.
Contesting point. Oh, yeah, that might be because someone is up there. Oh, someone is up there.
I'm up there now. Shit. No, we got.
Like I say, I might buy that thing, but it's probably going to be a while before I jump on board. They're going to have to bring out a couple of cool ports and maybe a few original games. I am excited by the what I saw of that Mario game, which is like 3 seconds worth.
Right. They're like the weird, like, sort of like a Day of the Dead style, like, level that he's running through. Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for that. For the thing about Nintendo systems is you always know you're going to get at least a smattering of things you're not going to get on other systems.
Yeah, and if I get that smattering plus some of the Wii U smattering, then it'll probably be worthwhile in the long run. But I won't get on board until I see that there's at least 4 or 5 that I'm interested in, probably.
You get on the point.
I'm on the point, but I won't last long.
I'm coming
There
after
are a lot
you,
of them
but
there.
I'm not gonna last long either. At that, that's exactly how long I didn't last.
Oh well, I'll play a character that I actually know a little bit next time.
Yeah, I think we're done talking about Mario, so I can actually play this game maybe now. But yeah, Mario's good. So Kentucky Route Zero is also really good.
God, I love Kentucky Route Zero. I thank you very much for.
And Inside was
you for
good,
Mario.
and I thought Off-World Trading Company was good. So unless
Yeah, I
Kurt
had fun
disagrees,
watching you
Yeah.
guys play that for sure.
then this was
Yeah, I
actually
don't-
one of our more successful Christmas exchanges.
Yeah, I actually need to get Inside. Like that is the thing that I
don't
like.
think
I
I've ever
love
gotten anything
Limbo
that I didn't-
so much.
Like quite a bit for that, but yeah, I really want to play Inside.
Not even the
Yeah.
2 years that I got you ancient PC games.
No, I liked both of those. What was it? Is it Outland or Outworld?
Outcast?
Outcast. Okay.
I always forget too because it's kind
Bombs
of generic
over
Because
sounding.
there is an Outland and an Outworld. I think
And an
Outworld
Outland
Outlast.
is a comic strip.
Outworld is a survival game, and then there's Out of This World.
Which is amazing.
AKA Another World.
Yeah.
Didn't
And
you give
Another
that to
World.
someone for? Or no, that was the Super Nintendo draft that we talked about that a lot. I feel
Yeah.
like maybe.
Yeah, I probably drafted that game.
And then that other strategy game was that.
Jagged Alliance.
Yeah, Jagged Alliance.
2.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I wasn't in love with Chronicles of Riddick. I thought it was okay, but not.
Yeah, but that's your problem.
I don't. No, that's that
That
game. That's
game-
that game's problem for
That
being
game,
kind of a
I
shitty
liked that
stealth
game when I went back to it, but it's definitely the stealth action kind of stuff is not aged too well. Although the melee combat is still pretty good in there. So
Don't like Shivan dudes?
I do like Shivan dudes. I just didn't like doing it in that game.
when you compare that to like the new Deus Ex games or whatever, it's just a little tough to go back. Which I finished that, Joe. I played
But
through
I
that.
think that's.
I bought it.
Oh,
in the Steam sale. I really
actually
liked that game. I thought that game was really good. I think people were maybe too hard on it, or at least the like the two major narratives around that game sort of hurt its general perception. Maybe.
Yeah,
too
probably.
much.
I mean, I actually still haven't finished it. I need to go back and finish it. But I did. I mean, I liked it. It's probably going to be on my.
It's a little too
list for
long,
the
just like the
stickies.
previous one was a little too long. But
Right. I just didn't. The thing I didn't like. The only thing I really didn't like about it was that it didn't have the depth of locations. Like I really liked the globe-trotting nature of
right. It was pretty much all
of Human Revolution.
Yeah,
and right.
going
It's
to
like Prague, and then you
China
go do
and-
like one mission in this place, and you go one mission in this place.
That's pretty
But
much
like
it.
you know, there were multiple hub worlds in
Yeah.
Human Revolution.
There was.
It was
we
a
went
good-
to-
yeah.
There was the Montreal, and then there was those.
There
two
was
cities.
China.
China. I mean, there's the
And there was
base
one
at
more,
the
wasn't
end,
there?
which is not super, but
There's also
Right,
some hooks
right.
in the new one that like tie it up maybe a little bit more into the OG Deus Ex games, which is kind of exciting and stupid.
Yeah, I actually feel like I really need to play the original Deus Ex like more than the like 2 hours I played on the PS2.
might be.
I think that's going to be hard to go back to.
Might
I
be
tried to
tough.
get into that game a few years ago, and I thought it was rough.
It's like the
So-
first-person shooting in that game is really bad, in the way that
Is it?
a lot of
And it's just so Byzantine. Like there's so much going on. It takes so long to learn the interface, and it's
Yeah.
one of those like Was that late 90s,
Also,
early 2000s
2000.
games?
It's like
Where
2000.
The button for fucking everything.
Yeah. There was a PlayStation 2 version of it that's a lot more
There is.
simple.
That's-
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. I played it on PS2.
Oh.
But
So did I.
don't
That
know.
was
I mean,
my first
Eric,
experience with it too. And
Eric gave me Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which I feel is like sort of a similar.
yeah. Although that's
And I
more
like that a
modern because it's on
lot.
Source Engine. But it was
Yeah.
kind of jacked up. 'cause
Probably
it was
easier to
like-
control too. Shit, almost got that Junkrat.
But man, I like that game a lot. I actually need to go back and finish that too. That game was.
Am I the only
I
one?
dug
Okay,
that
no,
game
still on.
quite a bit.
Lucia's still here too. Yeah, that's a great game.
As someone who was primarily a PC gamer for many years, I actually find those games are very often the hardest to go back to. Like, I think they're all like super ambitious for the time, which is why I loved them when I was playing them, but in ways that they're not refined and
Yeah.
you know, console games are tend to be kind of streamlined and stripped down, but in smart ways. You know, working with the limitations of the consoles forces them to be creative and come up with stuff that probably holds together better in the long run for the most part.
Oh, why would you supercharge me?
Go kill them all.
I'm like the worst choice for that.
That's basically how Anna supercharges all the time. Random gift that you didn't ask for, and you're probably not the right person to receive.
To be fair, I usually play Reinhardt, and he's like one of the best characters to use it on. Got
Yeah,
I do.
well,
I get annoyed because there are times I'm just like, why the fuck did you just choose me for this? And they never
I'm just
warn. You know, when you're
saying-
playing with randos, they never warn you. So it's just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm
Right.
going crazy now.
Right, but also like I'm Tracer. Like I think I deal out.
I
the
think she
least
was just
damage,
trying to stall
like-
on the point, so we didn't lose it.
Yeah,
But
Tracer's not a great choice.
I'm really glad that it's like, I should knock wood, but like this game is actually
Wow.
running really well for me tonight, which has not been the case the last couple times I've played it. So I'm really grateful. Actually, I was starting to think that like one of the more recent updates just like caused it to be so resource intensive that I wasn't going to be able to play it until I upgraded my PC, which is like not in the near future, unfortunately.
Dude, you're not a good Reinhardt, and Mercy should not be giving you crit buffs.
And also running onto the point by herself while Reinhardt stands back. I mean, they're a shorter person for most of that, so.
So I like
also,
that I
like,
see
Diva
the
is-
hammer just come across that Zenyatta in slow motion after the point was captured. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I wasn't going to let him get away with hanging out on that point. Also, I think that is the only sub-map on this map that Diva is any good on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it might not matter depending on who they pick and stuff, but she's really good on that map, and I don't think she's nearly as good on the other ones. Mostly because of that platform up there where you can kind of go up and down and control like where they come from a little
I
bit.
didn't really
but-
do very much of that, so I don't think it's going to change how effective I am.
Yeah, but see, the problem is that on these other maps, there's more angles where they can shoot you from behind, and where you're pretty helpless and you take like all that headshot damage.
You take headshot damage from behind, Diva?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, it's not head, but it's like you take extra damage, like as if it was a headshot. Oh, I don't really like. I don't know if I like Reinhardt that much on this map either. Like Farah is really fucking good on this map
Yeah.
because it's so open, but there's also like the sight lines up to her aren't really that great. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out these levels, but I definitely appreciate that. It seems like all the levels on this map are like have different strengths and weaknesses for different characters, which is really cool. It behooves you to change up your comp on the map, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. Which is also true, like in Ilios, like on Well, Roadhog is really good because he can hook people in the well and stuff. But I don't think any other ones it take advantage of that to the same extent. Where's the turret in the middle?
It's no, it's on the outside. It's hard because it's a circle, so it's hard to describe like where where exactly
it's out
it
on
is.
one of the
So where they
line.
are, it's on like the opposite side of where they're all clustered up trying to kill me.
Okay.
I actually should have just sticky bombed it, and I didn't even
Oh,
think
god,
of
the
it
hits.
because I have my sticky bomb. I'll try to go get it with my sticky bomb this time now that I respawn.
Trying to find it. I should just switch to Pharah instead of Reaper. I don't know why.
Okay, it's right in front of where I just died. If that helps.
No, I can't see that. If I was like Mercy, it would help.
Jesus Christ, that fucking hook.
I got the turret.
I got hooked around the corner.
Nice.
Well, that won't last.
I got the Torbjorn.
Nice. I'm gonna see if I can
I
get
got
them all
Mercy to
clustered
half
up.
health.
I got an ult. If you get back, I'll try and drop. They keep getting the drop on me. I don't know if it's because I don't know the map or just bad luck or what, but
Shit.
Can I heal? Thanks, coffee. Shit. Yeah.
you, me, coffee, take on the world.
We're here.
Try.
I got your back, kid.
Switch to Pharah.
Never mind, you're on your own.
I was just talking up Pharah, but I switched to Reaper instead, so let's try this. It might be too late.
Oh shit! I didn't realize they rebuilt the fucking turret. I would have tried to bomb it instead of trying to bomb Reinhardt.
I feel like this point is pretty far away for one of these maps.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, it's
I don't
symmetrical.
know. As a guy,
so
as
it's
a
the
girl
same for
who's
both.
not that fast, I feel like it takes me a really long time to get back in the action.
I'm dead.
I think we're gonna lose this one.
I'm still alive, but I don't know for how long. Not long.
It's me and Torbjorn over there, and Torbjorn spent more time building his turret off the point instead of trying to help me fight their entire team.
Yeah, he could have. Like Torb's fine if you can get the point, but after you lose it, you can should switch. But I'm gonna switch back to Reinhardt. I like him more on this point. Reinhardt and May is really good on this point, I think. This is the one where it's real tight with all those tunnels underneath. Like, May can just wall off the point in some places.
So I guess I heard that Tracer is like officially canonically a lesbian now, and like that bothers people because they're
Everyone's
weird
a
and
lesbian
stupid.
in this game.
It doesn't.
Fair enough.
I mean, it bothers people that she's a lesbian, and it bothers other people that she's not a lesbian with the right other lesbian.
Yeah, right. They didn't match up with the.
So you kind of can't win with the Overwatch fandom.
Yeah.
Like the thing about this game though, and the cast in particular, is like that they have all really distinct silhouettes, which helps you determine like who's who and all that stuff, and they have really great character designs. But like, who fucking cares? Like, there's no story in this game.
Oh, Joe.
Oh,
People
I know.
care.
No,
People
like,
care
I get
very
it.
much.
I get that people care, but I just don't get why they like beyond like if you're writing erotic fan fiction, then like who cares? Like it doesn't matter what the canon is, right? You're gonna pair
They
whoever
are
gives you a
all
boner
writing
together.
erotic fan fiction.
Well,
Every
but then you're
single
just
person
gonna
who likes.
pair. But then you're just gonna pair your own like boner fodder together. So why does it matter what the canon says?
It has to
You know
be
what
the
I
right
mean?
boner fodder.
Like fucking like Final Fantasy IV, like Cecil and Kain aren't actually blowing each other, but like
They have a
that's not gonna
turret right on the
that,
point.
Yeah.
that doesn't stop the fan fiction writers, like it's just
I just walked off the edge. Also, is it just me, or is like Discord popping for anyone?
No.
It just did a
No.
second ago, but it
Yeah.
wasn't
It's
like
been
a
mostly
problem.
stable for me for a while now.
I'm gonna try and get behind them. Try not to die on the point.
So I am behind them, but there's a turret if you get behind them. So
I got the turret.
we
I
killed
got
it. We killed it.
Zenyatta.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all dead except for the
Actually
tanks.
went pretty well.
But I couldn't get the tanks. We got it though, that's good.
I mean, real talk, Joe. For for a lot of people, it's super important that the poster girl for
Careful,
this
Coffee,
game
there's a Roadhog
is
up
gay
top there
because
trying
that
to
gives them
I see it.
representation, and they're really happy about it.
No. I'm not. That I get. I get
It's the
being
people that are
happy that
mad
she's a
about it
lesbian.
that-
The people who are mad that she's a lesbian are the people that I don't get.
I mean, are you new to the internet? People on the internet get mad over anything.
Right, but that doesn't make me get it, Mike. Like, just because it happens doesn't mean I suddenly understand it. Like, I just feel like in this year of our Lord Arn Anderson 2017, like, what difference does it make in your life if...
There's a turret
you
up
know,
top there. I don't know if anybody can...
what difference does it make if a character in a shooty bang bang game likes women instead of men? Like,
I don't know, man. Don't ask me to defend getting mad over stupid shit on the internet.
I'm not. I'm just. You seem to. You said you don't understand that I don't understand. So if you understand, I want you to explain it to me.
Oh. I just got cut off from the point.
This Reinhardt rolls with like too much of a posse for me to effectively fuck with him.
Oh shit, Torbjorn up there.
Yeah. I said that, like, I don't know how long ago. Did you just respawn? Do you want to come with me and we can take care of it and then fight our way down
sure.
onto the point from the top?
Where are you at there?
I'm right behind you.
Alright, Anna's kind of walking into that, so...
Alright. Yeah, you can go block. I thought I could just... Oh.
Can I take... I don't think I stand much of a chance against this thing while it's crit boosted, do I?
I can block for you. That's why I was...
No, I can do.
I just got flanked by Roadhog trying to keep up with everyone.
Yeah, they're all...
Roadhog's.
We're capturing the point.
Okay.
Yeah, Roadhog's almost dead too. Roadhog's dead.
It's very
Got
satisfying
it.
to kill a Roadhog.
I have my ult for the next team fight.
Yeah, I got mine up too.
Mine's almost there.
Let me know when you're going to use it, Eric, and I'll try and shoot some people while they're down.
Reinhardt's coming in from the right.
In the little building? Oh, no, there he is.
Nope. Sorry, the like front right. I should have said. I apologize for not being clear.
Oh,
God,
get
this
the
is so
mercy.
evil.
Where's the mercy at?
Nice.
Oh, I got Zen, but
Shit.
and Mercy's down, but
Nice.
I think we got it.
Loving
huh?
those Discord orbs.
Yep, we win.
Good job.
Yeah.
You know we could do it.
Yeah. All right. One more win on this mode, and I'll get a free loot box. I love that there's a Junkrat with the Junkenstein costume called Doc Brown.
Oh, Doc Brown was he was a Torb with the Santa costume earlier.
Yeah,
Well, I
he
think
just
it's
died.
much more appropriate to have the
Yeah.
Junkenstein.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm voting for
Can I
Doc
give you a
Brown.
like for your
Yeah, I'm
your
definitely
name?
voting for Doc Brown.
Doc? We got to go back.
Should we see if Alex
So-
wants to play a game with us, or you guys? I think Joe's got.
I'm gonna bow out because I got to go to work early tomorrow. So
All right,
and I
bow
just got a
wow.
level, so I'm gonna open this loot box. Then I'm gonna bow out.
I'll leave anyway and see if Alex wants to play with us.
Hey, I earned a portrait thingy.
Oh boy,
He's in an arcade game.
which
He's
arcade?
in an arcade game. Nice.
Haha.
Did he meet the X-Men?
I got a what's this? I got a victory pose for Zarya that I never will use because I can't bio win as her.
You just have to play like 15 hours
I got
to
a
learn how the characters
purple.
work.
Yeah, I got a purple skin for Symmetra.
Okay.
Sure, purple. Why not?
The Regal one.
The Regal
I guess I'll
Beagle.
equip that.
The orange and purple one?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's a rare. That's what I use.
Well, I meant purple, like the.
Oh, the tier. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
what I
also
use.
purple.
It's like yeah, but it is also purple and with an orange like dress and purple leggings and purple sleeves stuff. Actually, I heard she's really good now since the last update, so I maybe should try using her more.
She was always really good.
I heard she's like ridiculously good now.
She's
though.
real good now. I think people are getting over it. I think people are learning.
She's still really tough in some circles to deal with.
Yeah. If you're close to her and you're squishy, you're in for a bad time.
Right. All right, folks. I'm gonna kick it. So thanks everybody for watching and wrapping up Stickmas with us. And if anybody out there is going to be at MagFest this weekend, I will be at MagFest tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. So you should come and hang out with me.
Festival of Magnets.
That's right. It's Festival of
ICP
Magnets.
is going to be there.
Oh, I'm interested now.
No, ICP is going to be really far away because they don't know how magnets work. So
No, that's why they're going to be there trying
They're
to figure it
fascinated with
out.
them.
try to figure out how magnets work. All right. So
I'd watch that documentary.
yeah,
ICP goes to
of
Manchester to
ICP,
figure out how
yeah.
magnets work.
that would be great. Actually, that would be amazing. Yeah. So Eric, thanks again for Kentucky Route Zero.
thank
We'll
you
talk
for
about it
reminding me.
more when you're
When
welcome.
it's
When it's
finished,
all
if it
done.
ever does get
Yeah.
finished, or just finish the third act, and then we can talk about that. And I guess the fourth act too. I don't know.
Yeah. But I'll finish 3 and 4 before we talk about it again. Yeah. And I'll leave you with this.
Joe said good night and good luck.
No, that's so nice. That's like the most normal text-to-speech message I've heard in like weeks.
All right, later, everybody.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.
Alex said he's playing with his roommates, by the way.
Gross.
Yeah, just I think some bullshit, but
It is. They should play with us.
uh,
So I can learn how to play this map.
looks like they're in that room over there.
Oh, is that misclick? Watch out behind you. Oop.
Yeah, there's a Sombra. There's a Widowmaker. I got headshotted by the stupid Widowmaker.
Shit. I'm trapped in this room with me. Well, don't go in that room. I do not know this map at all. I feel like I'm just getting...
Yeah,
Beat
I mean
on
that's the
by
whole point
people
of
that
this
played-
arcade mode is so that way you can like learn the map a little bit.
Oh, nice. You, as Reinhardt, you can charge through the stairway barriers.
Yeah, you can
Which
charge
are
like
made.
right over that gap. It's kind
I
of nice.
did.
Yeah. I don't know if you can charge over the gap in the middle though.
Shit.
Go away, Roadhog. Nobody likes you.
Shit. Not enough time to get my charge off.
There's still a Sombra, like, behind us. I think May got her.
Yeah, Sombra's dead. I almost have the Ana dead. Oh, who got me? Oh, it's freaking Genji.
I got Genji on me. Just popped his ult.
I guess I could just switch to another tank and we'd probably just win.
I'm half tempted to switch to a different healer, because I can't survive.
Yeah, with the Genji and
Ah, damn it.
wait.
Yeah, you gotta move, because I can't see what I'm doing.
Can't play Ana.
He's got.
Hey, you're learning. Good cat. Wake me up. I can't wake up.
Mercy got away. Genji.
Genji's on me. Thank you.
Try and help. I can't really shoot him very well, but I can try to help.
I'm playing base solo with him.
I'm gonna send my thing. I'm gonna try sending it down here and then over this wall, maybe. Where's everybody? There's Roadhog. There we go. I'll take that. Oh, I got killed. God damn it. I feel like I should just switch characters. I suck with Junkrat. I got all these gold medals though.
You don't have one for objective time, I'll tell you what.
No, I don't at that.
Goodbye, Farah.
Shit, how did I not hit him?
Hey, get out of here.
Oh geez, I'm really dead.
Oh, that's a waste of a res, but it stalls.
Nah, I think we're gonna hold it. Maybe not, because I think I'm the only one left now.
I should have saved that.
I'll try and hold it as long as I can.
I just panicked because I had Genji and Junkrat on me.
I'll switch to a tank now.
What have they got going on up there? Oh, nice. Fell down in the hole.
Oh.
Alright, this'll do.
I don't know where I am.
How did I not hit him?
Oh, I forgot they had that fucking Widowmaker. Until I get my head blowed off.
Shit.
I should have just switched to Diva.
It's so stressful watching the overtime meter empty and refill when you're respawning.
That was my fault because I fell in the hole and I had no fucking idea where I was.
Oh, yeah, you have to
And I
go
had nobody to fly up to.
back and then up the stairs, I think, is the only way
Yeah,
out.
and then I got cornered by like their entire team.
You hear my cat purring? I just stuck the microphone on my cat. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I wasn't.
That's what cats are for.
A microphone stand.
Learned the hard way during my Winston round that there's a death hole just outside the spawn on this map.
Directly ahead.
Possibly my shortest life ever.
You just jump right into the hole.
Basically. More or less instantaneously.
I see it should be a Roadhog on this map and not Diva, probably. They have 2 snipers now. 3 snipers.
They have 3 snipers?
Yeah. Hanzo, Widowmaker, and Ana.
I'm finding it really hard to solo heal this map.
Yeah, it's really big and open in the middle there.
At this point in particular, with the room in the middle kind of splits the group up.
Well, not even just this map, only just this entire map in general, all 3 of them. Like, if you have one healer, you're basically fucked because of how spread out everything is.
Yeah.
But no one in this game wants to play healer, they all want to play DPS, so...
Coward.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I don't feel like playing healer all that often.
That's fine, it's just... I'm finding it hard to be where everyone is at all times.
Also, you're playing tank, which is the other
Shit.
third of that equation that nobody usually wants to play.
Genji got me. It's shit like that where it's like, if I get killed, like it's such a far run, I can't protect myself from flanks.
How did Hanzo kill himself?
Got the Mercy. Hooray!
Pushed him off the point.
Did you reflect that at me? Oh, I got Hanzo'd.
Got Hanzo.
I haven't seen a lot of Hanzos lately.
Almost got my ult up.
Wow, nice rocket barrage there, Farah.
If you guys see where Widowmaker is, let me know and I will beeline for her.
Yeah, I just don't have a good idea what the cardinal directions are on this map.
Well, like if you see her up top, like coming from our spawn point to the right or the left.
Okay, Junkrat and Mercy just went off to the right side.
Junkrat or
Hanzo's
Roadhog
over
up
here,
top.
too. There's the Widowmaker.
Roadhog's
okay.
up top. I'm dead. I got cornered
Ooh,
again.
jeez. We're in bad shape now.
I have my res if I can get to the point.
Nice ult, Mike. Thank you.
It's rare that I get a really good opportunity to use my ult.
You
as
saved me from
my heart.
that ulted Genji, so the Widowmaker is right up in that room, dead ahead of us on your right there. Let's keep that shield up. Roadhog on your right.
Sombra around somewhere now.
You can fall back to the behind the thing if you need to.
Genji behind us. Shit.
Dang.
Oh, I got hooked.
I can't get close to the point right now because they're all on it.
It's alright, just stay back and wait for the rest of
I
us.
don't have very long.
I'm going to die because
I'm almost there. Back up, back up, back up.
Shit. Roadhog's on the other side. Genji's behind.
Got the Mercy. Nice. Got that Roadhog.
That's it.
Got the, what's her face?
Sombra.
Sombra. Nice.
Yay!
That was great.
I know we can do it.
Don't count your chickens just yet.
I mean, when that point. So which one is this?
Game
This is the one I said
chicken out
you
of
guys
the
were
feather.
good on, right? So let's see if that's true.
They all look the same.
I mean, they're all very different, actually.
Yeah, the map I do find is a little generic looking.
I kind of like that about it because it's a lot cleaner. There's not as many props as some of the other maps. Which is kind of an
bored.
issue.
I feel like
there's
this map looks like it could have come out of a whole bunch of other games.
stuff you can get caught on in some of the other maps.
It's probably an unpopular opinion,
I kind of like there's a lot of
but
green.
this
stuff in
feels like a
map.
Team Fortress 2 map in a game that's not Team Fortress 2.
Mm,
Pretty much Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this game was like all about the choke points and everything, and this is like a complete opposite of choke points.
Well, I mean, these maps are always about skirmishing and getting a bunch of people into a small space. I thought I limited the DLC for a second, but it was DJC.
they're all behind the point in that tower with the health pack in it, because they were all back there fighting me.
Shit, I got sniped. I can't get to you.
You can get me out of my mech. Really, I'm still.
I'm coming up behind you
fight
guys.
and probably kill you actually,
Back
because
off-
you're
back
not
off
very
a sec.
good. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. The Widowmaker is down, but I am not in my mech, and I have 6 health. There we go. Get my mech back.
Shit, I'm dead.
Scumquad.
I have my ult up, but I'm not going to use it until the rest of you guys come back.
Just getting picked off by Genji, Ana, and Widowmaker as mercy.
Fall back 2 feet and you'll have a shield. They're pushed up pretty far. Nice. Oh, damn it. It's too early.
Nice,
Damn, I
Hanzo.
can't see anything.
I think Hanzo just wiped out their whole team.
I killed Scumquat.
Sorry, it's coming in from the front.
Can't do much about that, unfortunately.
It's alright. Just giving you a heads up where the damage is going to come from. Looks like they're all up there now.
Okay, they're all grouped up on the left door.
Yeah.
If you're facing out.
Oh, fuck. Oh, they don't have Widow anymore. She switched to McCree.
I got Genji on me. Pharah.
Oh, that was no good.
Well, McCree just uses ult just to kill me, so...
Don't let anyone tell you you
Yes,
weren't
on
worth
me.
it.
Sorry, I just killed me. She's at full charge.
Damn it. Shouldn't have done that.
Got Zarya.
I'm on my way back.
I've got a Reinhardt ult. Let's see if I can...
Oh, shit.
Shit.
You know, oh, that stunt... Okay, that wall...
The wall,
That wall
just
just wasted
saved my
my ult.
life, but...
I was gonna knock him down with my ult.
What? Shit.
Shit. I'm dead. Yep. 4 of them on the point.
I think I have my ult up.
Man.
We might have a shot here. We can... Yep. I got my bomb.
I feel I don't know.
Well, we just need to get them off long enough to recapture.
Let's go this
but-
way. Follow me.
Okay.
I have my ult. I'm just all the way back at spawn.
All right. Well,
Which way are we going? Down low?
yeah, down low. Where the hell is he?
Ugh.
Yeah. I can't solo heal this.
Switch
That's
to
the
Lucio or
problem.
something, man. Or just stop
Even if I
healing,
switch
don't
to
worry
Lucio,
about
it's not going to be
okay.
enough healing.
You don't worry about it.
Oh, hold on.
No. I mean,
Man,
we can either
I hate
have
this
one
game.
healer or one tank. Because
This is a
nobody
terrible
on the-
game. We should
nobody
never
on
play it
the other
ever.
side- and the other group is going to switch. Hey. Too bad that's the wrong highlight intro.
It's not the ghost.
Yes. Oh my god.
I don't know if it's just this map or what, but I have a horrible track record on this map. Ugh, well, I don't think I can handle any more of this.
You don't want to play one more so I can get a loot box?
I guess.
I'm going to turn the stream off, though.
Alright, bring me back in the group.
But, alright, well, we'll see you guys later. Good night.
Everyone's sad.